the magistrate court is backed up with evictions still left over from COVID. So his question was, when someone goes and apply for an apartment or to rent a house, it asks on the application, have you ever had an eviction filed against you? Or have you ever had an eviction, period? Most of the evictions that we're seeing happening are still as a result of COVID-19. But there's nothing in place to say between this year and this year, if an eviction was filed against you as a result of COVID, it won't be held against you going forward. How do you propose we solve that issue? Because now we're going to have more individuals homeless because they may not be able to qualify for a place. What do you say?
Most definitely. We are still in a housing crisis, which has going to be so I don't even know how to explain to individuals to understand how explosive this is going to be to our communities. We've only seen the tip of the iceberg. Down below, it's going to blow it out of the water. We are in crisis mode, and we have to get to our legislature. We have different committees in our legislature, and housing, those ones that are on that committee, the ones that you need to learn in your area, you need to get to the dome. You need to be speaking to those individuals. Tell them that you want the moratorium back on these foreclosures, these evictions, because they have not resolved anything when it comes to how these landlords got paid, how these homeowners got paid to help fix their mortgages. None of that has been cured. But yet, you want to live.
Not to cut you off, but I'm sorry, but the moratorium was actually in effect that said you could not evict. However, it did not say you could not file. So they were still filing evictions.
Most definitely.
Although they couldn't put the individuals out. So you
exactly, and that's fine. That's fine because we still have to follow the rule of law. That's fine. But with the moratorium in place, we were given time to put things in place to make sure that these homeowners got their mortgages paid and that these landlords got their rents paid. Those things were not done correctly. It is not the fault of the homeowners or the renters. And we need to make sure
not done correctly because all the tenants were still being subject to what we are saying now, the check boxes. So
yes,
I'm a homeowner. You couldn't pay your rent. You couldn't go to work. Neither could I go to work as the property owner. But I'm going to still file this eviction against you and hope that you can get this money. And we all know there was money still left on the table from that. And now we have this crisis of evictions that's leading to even more homelessness. And we don't have a solution to solve the problem other than evict. But in meanwhile, back at the ranch, we're seeing property go up and the rental rates are triple. The credit score that's required is phenomenal. And as far as the numbers goes, and you're saying I can't make four to five times the rent qualification to get into this place. So it takes right back to the homeless situation that you and I spoke about earlier.
Yes, which is exasperated. But we do, for the starting point, we as citizens need to go back to our legislature, request and demand that the moratorium is put back on and that an actual plan is put in place to make sure that the mortgage companies are receiving the funding and that the landlords are receiving the funding. The way that it was done was totally incorrect. That money should have went to those that was owed the money, And it should be a simple process. Our tax assessor knows exactly who and where we are. So
Right.
getting those mortgages paid, getting those landlords paid is not an issue. You got to be mindful. We do have another fashion that is going on in this country. We are under siege, and therefore a lot of the things that are happening to us have been put on us. This didn't just happen, okay? These things are not something that, oh, unfortunately, because of. No, someone is actually implementing this in our communities across America, and they are winning. And we have to step up as citizens, as legislatures, to understand where we are in this country and that we have to do something about it now.
Let's talk about do not trend. Now, like I said, I'm trying to move this on. You said as president, you will assure that our liberty, meaning the people, will not be trampled upon. Explain that for me.
We have to understand that as Americans, we are very, very privileged. We have the privilege to have liberty in this country. That means that we get to live the way that we want to live without trending on someone else. And that also means that no one else has the right to trend upon us. Once again, the federal government cannot, by law, reach into your states. This country was forged by steel and blood. We are united. That's why we don't label ourselves, because that's how people can divide you. So we have to understand what our rights are. If you know what your rights are, you're not going to let no one take them away. Well, when you don't know what your rights are, they can easily take them away because they can make it sound so pretty. They can marriage a lie to the truth and make you think that that's real, when it's not, because you haven't learned your Bill of Rights and you don't know your Bill of Responsibilities. So they can tell you anything and you'll go for it like, oh, that sounds great. Let me join you. So they are inadvertently having you be a part of your own demise.
Okay, so it sounds like from this whole conversation, which I'm so grateful for, that you are really telling the citizens of this country that they need to step up and pay more attention and get more active into this whole political arena instead of just relying on news and other media outlets to tell you how to think, how to feel, and how to act when it comes to politics.
Most definitely. And we have to be very, very mindful of what we let into our minds. We've been told this for many, many, many years, that you have to safeguard your mind by allowing only things in your mind that you know is going to give you a return on your investment that you put out there for you as a citizen in your community and in your country. If it's not giving you at the end of the day results to help your economy, your economics, your wallet, then that is not something that's going to invest you. If it's going to take your life and your liberties away, that's not good for you. And it's easy to discern that. When someone is coming after your rights, which is written in your Constitution, which is very easy for you to retrieve anywhere, especially being a part of this party, because we will learn the Constitution. We will know the Constitution. We will pass on the Constitution. So that means that we live the Constitution, and you will not be able to take away the liberties of the citizens of this country on my watch.
Well, give us the website so that individuals can get more information about the party.
Okay, we do have two websites. Of course, my presidential website, which is Madam President Payne.com. And then for the new third national party, we have the National American Independence Party, which is AMIPANE miparty.org. miparty.org.